Parked at Bowden Bridge, so I've come up through Hayfield, parked at Bowden Bridge roadside. Plenty of space in paying display and several spots still roadside, so all good. And I just got to walk up this road about half a mile to the base of the reservoir side of things. But then I'm going to veer right, go up to Cluther Rocks, which is on the sort of western flank of Kinder, up to the Dogstone. I've been to it once before, but came over from Barber Booth, Jacob's Ladder, that way over. Just approach it from a different angle. Up onto then, once I've done the Dogstone, up intersect a path which is going to cut me over to the top of Redbrook, which is not a bad scramble if you do the clough itself. We're not doing that today. Then we're onto the Pennine way, back along the edge of Kinder, take me up past the Harvard wreck and up to Kinder Low Trig Point. Drop down to Edale Rocks and Swines back, and then Edale Cross, and I can carry on then down that path back towards Hayfield. It's not too bad a day. It's been roasting hot. Last few days it's not quite so oppressive at the moment, but I'm still in quite shade, so hopefully it's going to be a nice day but not too oppressive with heat. Normally you'd either go straight on. At this point technically it's a closed road, that bit. You're supposed to go across the bridge and through the wood, and you can go that way to get to the base of Kinder Res. Clear out in a bit, open up to moorland. Now I've got a couple of fields to cross before I get onto access land. So that's it, just done the first bit of climb. Levels out now for a little bit along the side of this woodland. Again, skirting farmyard. I think the main path is gonna, yeah, here as it goes, just skirting off to my right, but I'm not doing that. I want to go straight on, skirt the top of this woodland all the way, and then up onto that flank, but around the corner. Not expecting to see too many folk this way until I get up onto the Pennine way. Then it might be a different story, more like Kinder Low Trig. I highly doubt I'll get to myself, but a lot of the rest of the route probably will. I'd be surprised if anybody's at the Dogstone, put it that way. I'll stop here for the rest of the day. Nice shaded area with a nice breeze running through. I've not even started the climb yet, so it'll be warming up again pretty quick when I get out into the side of the Kinder plateau. Coming to the end of the tree line. As I say, I think a couple of fields to cross, and then just up the side of a clough and then cross the river and go hunting for a rock like you do. So the path's exposing. So yeah, down here to this gate. Yeah, looks like the path may split two ways, but I think I'll check on my navigation. But I think I've got to go up the right hand side of that tree line, unless there is it looks like there is a sort of path going that way. So I'll have to look at that. But I've got to go up to that wall, halfway up the hill there, and go around. And the target I'm after, as I say, is Dogstone, which is in that big field of rocks over there. So when I came last time, I came over that way to it. So whether there is a path going that way or I've got to go up the right hand side and in much and muchness, all roads and all that. So I've not been this way before, so it's like go with the flow. As long as I get to where I'm going, which I will, then there's no major issue. Kind of reservoir, sandy haze and that behind the tree, kind of downfall at the end of that plateau. And so we're heading over there. But I think I'm well and truly off-piste. Can't make me sound. Up the side of this clough basically, towards the end of that wall, which is probably 300 metres. But it'll take more than a 300 metre walk to get to it, I'm sure. You sort of see flagging in this stuff, but it's probably sheep rather than a path like they're flagging. Like something's walked along here at some point, but not the main thoroughfare, as it looks like this stuff gets a bit thinner on the ground. Maybe people there just about to descend Kinder low end, so there may be a path that goes up there on that side, but I couldn't be too sure. It diverts different directions, so I'll stick with what I've got. Can't do no more. Yeah, so I was wrong on 2 counts. This isn't getting any thinner. If anything, it got thicker when I came around that tree line. And it looks like there may well have been, well, that may well have been easier going for a start, even if there is a path or there isn't a path, but it looks like there may well be one to a degree, but certainly easier going than the route of choice. But there's the wall, so again just gotta carry on to the end of these trees and find a way to drop down into the clough and climb back out. There is a path then that goes up this side of it here, which I took last time, but then I had to sort of curl around and come all the way back down again. So what I'm going to do this time is, well, get across the clough first and wait up. But the plan is at the moment is to roughly hug the wall, or sort of contour up a little bit till we get to about 450, and then try and stay on that sort of level, and that should walk me pretty much to it. So it's just over that rise really, and then up a bit, but I won't know exactly where until I sort of get on top of that rise. It'll give me a bit more clue. In the meantime, the fight continues. About 100 metres before I have to drop into the clough. Come from over that far tree line in the valley, up and along this tree line, and then I had a choice. I took the right foot, which took me up the right hand side, and that was a bit of a fight all the way across there, to be fair. Seriously off piste, and drop down and up, and my second intuition, if you like, was the correct one, but not the one I took. Although there is a stile here which would get me over to where I came from. There's no perceived path per se, but to that would have been easier going than that, so in the memory for next time. So now, as I say, I'm just curling up just over the crease of this. Should sort of open up a little bit to the Cluther Rocks outcrop, and I'll be able to see, or Doug can see rabbit then possibly when they just get up on top of there. So the plan at the moment is I'm either going to, well, I'll see more when I get on top. I'm either going to stay with the wall until I get in line with the dog stone, or sort of diagonally cut up when I see terrain up there. I'll make that decision to get to about 450. 403 at minute, so I've got to climb about 47 metres to get to the latitude, or the altitude, sorry, of the dog stone itself. So I'll see when I go up top of there. I think grass is fairly long here, but it's not half the challenge of walking through that lot. You never know what's under your feet. More than no, it could be a hole. You can hear water occasionally running under you. But you can't sort of see where the sort of bank is, which makes it fun. Oh, silly. Take bag off and have a minute when I get here. I'm not stopped yet, other than a couple of seconds filming here and there and just having a minute in the off-piste fight. Just seen a stile down there, which I can sort of see a flagged path down there now, but then there's a stile here and there's definitely a flagged path going down, so definitely made the wrong choice. And then that does carry on. I did intersect this path when I came to Dogstone later, because I came all over this lot and intersected that path and up and around, and as I had to brake back down. So I'll not be doing that this time. I've got to go up to the Dogstone. I'm just going to cut across again the top of the wall briefly. I'll find somewhere what looks relatively easy terrain wise. Not that it looks any different anyway. Grouse. Always sit still until you know enough stead on them. Yeah, so I've just got to go up into this rock outcrop here, and then once I've done the Dogstone I've got to get up, which is another mission in itself. See, even when you know, or think you know where it is, you don't. So all these rocks look similar shape. 124 feet away. It's a nightmare because there's holes everywhere. So as well as watching navigation, you definitely need to watch where you're putting your feet. Where are you? 76 feet. There we go, like that. If you're not watching your placing, I'm sure I'll find one before I've done. So there you look at it, you think, is that it? No. Is that it? No. Is that it? Possibly. Not same as this tunnel. Gotcha. Ah dear. Now good luck finding that without a GPS. Good luck finding it with a GPS. Yeah, I overshot. I came up here, there's that stile I stood at, so you can sort of see its stile from here. But when you're looking back, you just see 1,000 rocks all the same. So I just carried on along. I think I then broke off up there, and I've just been below me here and then pinpointed onto it. But there you go, Dogstone in can't remember the name of the cipher now. Pigpen. It's an adaptation of the Pigpen cipher, where it says, she may be small but she's made of the finest green stone, I think it says from memory. They're finding one rock in a field of 10,000 rocks, but there's the stone wall, so that's probably 120 meters away, and there's Kinder Reservoir. So basically you want to be looking away from the reservoir. It's on the face of, you know, the west face of the rock, looking over towards the res, but it's very even with GPS, you know, I'm circling all these, looking for it, and I've been to it before and I've got its exact coordinate, but it's still a little bit tricky to find and get there and end. But obviously it's hell of a terrain as well. There's crap loads of holes at the side of these rocks, so you have to really watch where you're placing your feet, as well as like looking for your target kind of thing. So it's a bit of a mission, not for the faint-hearted. Just coming for a look for a strange rock in the middle of nowhere. But that's what it is, whatever floats your boat and all that. Obviously floats mine, I've been to it twice. There you go. No stranger than folk. Now there is a path just over the curl, but I've just got to get to it first. Although I look to be on a bit of something at the moment. Well, I've got to intersect the main path, but then I've still got to climb quite a bit to get onto the Kinder Plateau at the top of Redbrook. Dog stones over where that rock outcrop is and below it into intersect this path, and now it's come to a T-junction. So I'm just looking at the mapping. That way will take me up to Redbrook, and that way backtracks a little bit and then takes me up to Redbrook. So I'm not sure which way to go with it. I'll take the left, and they both come out to the same place, all said and done. Kinder downfall, not doing a lot at this time of year, understandably, but when you want to come to that is in the middle of winter, after a substantial amount of rain or snow melt, and ideally with a 50-mile-an-hour southwesterly wind, because then it does its party trick. Because what it does is southwest is that way, so what it does, the wind comes up and it funnels up the gully and gets underneath the water and blows it backwards. So you get Kinder upfall, which is something then that doesn't happen too often, but you do have to come when it's hostile for it to do that. Well, to get it in full effect, you can't get it blowing back with less flow and less wind, but to get the full Monty, 40 to 50 miles an hour southwesterly after rain or snow, and then it's pretty epic and worth the battering that you get. That's Redbrook. This scramble up the side here, so this is just going to curl me around and gradually work up onto the top. Up there on the Pennine way up there, so that's where I'm heading, and then I turn to the right once I join the Pennine way. Part where I've parked, I go up the left hand side of the reservoir to the end, then cross the bridge and come back around this wood, and over. You just jump the stream a couple of times and come past this woodland and follow the riverbed. It can get a little bit slushy in places depending on time of year, but and there's some pretty little waterfalls, but again not really major at this time of year. And then you just have to do a bit of a fight through heather to get into the clough, and then it's a nice little, not too difficult scramble. A couple of little technical bits when you get up onto the top section, just on the top couple of pitches. The rest of it's not too bad at all, but a good little day out. And then you can either turn left when you get to the top and go via the southern edge down William Clough or down Sandy Hayes to get you back down there, or you can turn right along to Kinder Low and then down Kinder Low end and go that way. So got plenty of choices. And then this is Redbrook, which will be perfect for it today. Been bone dry. the side, so you ain't got to climb up the sort of riverbed itself. I can see it, that there, a little bit of a plateau. There's Mermaid's Pool, which is quite a mission to get to. And you can come along the bottom here and climb up. Again, that can be a soggy mess. Probably not too bad today. But the climb out up onto the plateau, that was a nightmare when I did that. Right, the only way is up still, and then it's on the top. Top of Redbrook on the Pennine way. So that way about half a mile is Kinder Downfall, and this way about 3/4 of a mile is Kinderlow Trig, and before that the Hamden Wreck. It's flat by comparison, so I should be able to make up a bit of time. I think I'm running a little bit behind schedule to what I was planning to do, and it's pretty much when you last see Kinder Reservoir, or if you're going towards the downfall from Kinderlow, when you first see Kinder Reservoir, you've got a large cairn up there just before it drops down, and quite literally, so on the Pennine way it's actually quite a bit of flagging where it's been walked, but literally just here is the first debris pool. So there's the Pennine way, there's the first debris pool of the Hamden, and then the second debris pool is just here, and the memorial plaque is just there. So debris pool there, and literally that's the Pennine way. Oh. And that's pretty much all that's left of it. Crashed 21st of January 1942. Just about to plateau out. Kinderlow Trig point. Push through to that, have a minute, and assess time for getting back. Kinderlow Trig. That's going to drop me down to Edale Rocks. That's it, the junction cairn. So Edale Rocks, I've come from over the other side, Kinderlow Trig, Edale Rocks down there. So there's the cairn, that takes you then onto the southern path of Kinder. Takes you over to No Stool, Pym's Chair, Woolpacks, Crowden Head, and Crowden Clough over there. And then push you over to Grinslow Knoll, that lump over yonder, and Grinsbrook the other side of that. Obviously got your Mam Tor, Hollins Cross, Back Tor, Loose Hill not quite in view, Win Hill over the far back, that'll be Stanage right in the distance, Rush Up Edge there, it's all a bit hazy, and then obviously Vale of Edale, the Valley Edale down in the dip, and Jacob's Ladder coming into view just when I get to the top of this little rise. This is Swines back. We're just approaching. I've got to kill down the side of this, and then there's should be a path going underneath it on the other side, which drops you down to Edale Cross. And this is the path down to Jacob's Ladder, the cairn down there on the top of the ladder itself. So I say Woolpacks, just drop off the Woolpacks, there's two aircraft right, that's the Cloughs, that bit of a mid-term plateau there. Then not this bank, the other bank where it's dark green, that's Broadleigh Bank Tor, so if you go up that, that's a carb burn, I'll wake you up in the morning. There's a wreck on the top, and then you're carrying on along up onto Grinslow Knoll. So yeah, just going underneath Swines back. So there should be some form of path off to my right. Don't know which yet. I'll check the time when I just, yeah, I guess this is the path I'm on about. So I can either go along this one, that'll put me down to Edale Cross itself. But if I do that, if I go along this one to Edale Cross, then chances I'll turn right down the bridleway to take me back to Hayfield. Right, it's 10 to 2. So realistically I've got about an hour to an hour and 15. Best case scenario. So rather than going overkill and biting off more than I can chew, I'll go down to Edale Cross and drop down the bridleway that way, this gate, and then just off to my right in a little alcove is Edale Cross. Edale Cross. So basically it's all downhill from here. Just on this bridleway, Swines back up there. So I was going to go across that ridge line to Southhead and Mount Famine. Got that to sort of bug out for time. I'm about half a mile from the car now, but it's pretty much tarmac and farm trail the rest of the way. 500-600 metres back I think to the car now. It's round the left corner over the bridge. And that's Bowden Bridge car park. The toilet's there. The river's set. See car from here. In the shades as well, bonus. Hopefully it shouldn't be a sauna. 3:10, 4 hours 26 walking, 7.3 miles.